All right, Rabbosai, good morning. Let us begin, or actually let us continue. So we are picking up in Os Yud Zayin, in Tzdikas Hatzaddik. We started it yesterday, and Emir Tashem will complete it today. We're picking up on page Mem. So if you remember again, the Rebbe advanced the idea that Zman Avodas Hapol Rak Bayom. Work is done by day. Work is done by day. So he explained this again on a physical level, the idea being that a poel, right, a labor, is hard to work by day, and even on a spiritual level, quoting Gemara Maseches Eruvin, which said that anan poale diyamama, we are workers, we are daytime workers. Oh, sorry. We are on Zoom. Everyone hears me? Good. Okay. We are daytime workers, and halacha lemaisa, the Gemara says that nighttime is for sleep, and in fact, the only time that one is obligated to go ahead and work by night is when one was unable to finish something by day. So you see over here this dynamic, says Reb Tzaddik, that the daytime itself is set aside for work, the nighttime for sleep. Only time you have to work at night is when you didn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish by day. We see this concept even by avoda in the Beis Hamikdash. That if you look at the avoda, really again, dynamic avoda was done by day. There was no real avoda that was done by night. We know again that halacha l'maisa, the only thing they did by night was haktaras evarin and pidarim, the going out and burning of leftover limbs and fats. But really the primary avoda itself was done by day. So now look what the Rebbe says. We're on page Mem, the paragraph that begins Venira. And here he really highlights this yisod in a very beautiful and dramatic fashion. Venira, digam b'chol avodas Hashem, halayla rak lemishmar. In general, says the Rebbe, when it comes to avodas Hashem, when it comes to our service of the Ribono Shel Olam, the layla, the nighttime, is only for mishmar. Now, what does that mean? If you look in the Be'urei Chasidus on the right-hand side, the bottom paragraph, rak lemishmar, lishmar es hakidusha, shehisik ha'adam b'sha'os hayom. What is the essence of the day? Of the night? The essence of the night is simply to safeguard the holiness that a person has acquired by day. We go read on. Ushmirazu. Look in the Be'urei Chasidus for just a bit. Ushmirazu. Zohi kimosha amru chazal amash ne'emar vayikach Hashem es ha'adam vayanicheu began Eden li'avda u'lishamra. And this is based on the pasuk. The pasuk says that Hashem took Adam, He placed him into Gan Eden la'avda, to work the garden, u'lishamra, and to guard it. V'zu mitzvas lo sa'aseh shenitztave ba Adam harishon shalochom eizdas. So what Reb Tzaddik is pointing out is already from the beginning of creation, we see this dialectic. Kadosh Baruch Hu creates Adam harishon, places him in Gan Eden, and the whole point of placing him in Gan Eden was the avda, to go ahead and work the Gan, u'lishamra, and to go ahead and guard it. So you see that within Ruchnius, there is this fascinating dialectic. La'avda, dynamic activity. Lishamra, to guard. So what does it mean to guard? To guard that which you have acquired. So there's this. So you have to work. You have to cultivate Ruchnius, but you also have to figure out how to go ahead and hold on to and sustain and maintain that which you have acquired. That's la'avda or lishamra. Zo misas lo saseh. K'moshe amru d'chol makom shene'emar hishamer u'lo saseh. D'hainu shelo yaseh averus u'lekach b'shena dai. So therefore, again, it says Reb Tzaddik, this is why, again, we'll tie this together in just a moment. This is why at nighttime, you don't have to engage in dynamic activity, but rather at night, sleep is enough. Sleep is enough. Fine. So we'll say, so now listen to this. So if we bring this all together, what Reb Tzaddik really highlights is something dramatically amazing. This day-night relationship. Right? Work is by day, sleep is by night. Avodas by day, leftovers by night. Learning is by day, right? Again, sleeping by night. The only time you learn by night is whatever time you had to go out and borrow from the day. What's the pshat? Everything comes back to Adam Rishon li avda u'lishamra. That life is this two-pronged approach. Acquire your ruchnius, avda, shamra. Guard it, maintain it, sustain it. So Hatzaddik over here is teaching us an incredible yisod in Ruchnius. See, I will say, we are very much like in Yiddishkeit in general, we are a growth-oriented and growth-focused religion. Everything is about upward mobility. Everything is about moving forward, which is incredible and beautiful. The only danger is a person must make sure that they're growing and also maintaining and sustaining that growth, right? What happens, a person's a businessman, what happens if you grow your business too quickly? So again, it's beautiful, you might be making a lot of money, but it's quite possible to also fall apart because you can't maintain that rapid pace of growth. In Ruchnius, it's the same way. Now you can maintain a rapid pace of growth in Ruchnius, but you must make sure that you are maintaining that which you have acquired and that in which you are growing. That's the law of da u'lishamra. Hashem says to Adam Arishon, I want you to work the gan, I want you to cultivate spirituality, but I want you to make sure to maintain that which you have acquired. Rav Shimshon Raphael Hirsch, he explains this dynamic also. He explains it by looking at the difference between Avraham and Yitzchak. He says, if you notice again, the Torah Kedosha tells us very little about Yitzchak Avinu. In fact, the only things we know about Yitzchak are pretty much like the same things that Avraham did. Right? Remember again, obviously there's the Akedah, which Avraham and Yitzchak both engage in. There's Yitzchak Avinu, again, struggling with having children. Okay? There is relocation as a result of famine, and there's digging of wells. There's digging of wells, there's descent amongst sons, right? So on and so forth. So Shimshon Raphael Hirsch says, why is that? He says, Avram's tachlis was to expand and to grow a theological and spiritual empire. He says, the problem is, someone had to solidify that foundation. That's Yitzchak. Yitzchak solidified that foundation. He took everything that his father built, and he solidified it. Because if you wouldn't solidify it, then you just have the Yaakov come along and build on top of it. This foundation might not be solid. It's only because Yitzchak solidified the Abrahamic foundation that Yaakov was then able to go on and to build something dramatically amazing and great. So again, that's what Reb Tzaddik is saying. I'm saying it's so incredible. Yes, grow, li'avda, but lishamra. Are you maintaining? Are you consistent with what it is that you're doing? Because I will say, we know anyone can become inspired for a few moments, which is great. And in bursts of inspiration, I do what I'm supposed to do. But the shayla is, am I able to maintain it? So you have to work by day, sleep by night. Grow by day, maintain by night. Li'avda or lishamra. And a person has to make sure, says Reb Tzaddik, that these two dynamics are constantly and consistently part of my avoda. Grow, but also make sure that you're finding a way to maintain that which you have accomplished. All right, so stop over here for today. We're not finished with this. This is going to continue, because obviously the shaila that then comes up is, so how do you maintain? How do you maintain? So that Amiras Hashem will see in the coming sifim. Shkach, we'll also stop over here.